Hi, everybody. How y'all doing today? It's Billy on this beautiful Saturday with the chill muscle to say. And I'm telling my baby, I said, baby sugar, say, what you telling these people yesterday? They need to just stay blessed and absolutely amazing. Oh, absolutely. During these times of needs, I'm hearing that, the government is shutting down the benefits and things, That's why it's always good to, like, when you have... I really can't say too much on that behalf, but, be preparing yourself to, like, live accordingly before the struggle hit. And I tell everybody, they have all these ride share services and all these taxi services and all these courier services. I don't care if you just pick you up one, but it's best to pick you up like 2 or 3 of them and, get you some of that to have with your personal business or with your 9 to 5 or with your college education, something just to stay afloat, because these people are gonna always need people. It's these robots, they can do some of the job, but these people are gonna always need people. Hey, yes, true enough, we don't want everybody coming to our house, this, that, and the other, but this is work. Who says we gonna get to know every person that we encounter? Believe me, hey, all right, we need humans, all right? And so, human interaction is very important. But, long story longer, like I tell everybody, people can say what they want, but you got to get out here and feed yourself. You got to get out here and feed your kids and your family and this, that, and the other. Some people, may make money from music, but once that music dry up or all the filth that they're coming out doing, comes to light and they can't, make money off of music anymore, what do they have? You know what I mean? Can they, sew? Can they cook? Can they, are they trusted to, just many things. What gifts do they have? Can they sew? What can they do to, keep afloat and still live that lifestyle, or at least a decent lifestyle, without that money, even, like I said, I feel as though, no matter how high, all of us should know how to do some kind of handiwork, okay? Anything can happen in this world to where you're high, whatever the hell you're doing is not needed, okay? We're talking about survival here. We're talking about keeping these kids here safe. We're talking about feeding people here. We're talking about, all these industrial and like house-made jobs are going to be demanding to the 40th power, because we all need each other as a community to make it out here. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, guys, don't let this, they have to do this shutdown to, basically regather and recoup the thoughts of things, And so don't let this stress you out to your best ability. Like I said, it's always best to be prepared before you, experience something like this, to already be prepared and already be living like that so that it won't affect you, because, it just doesn't. People that just work hard every day and buy their own food and stuff every day anyway, it really doesn't affect. It's like, okay, I may get my wig or my coupons from my doctor and stuff like that, but if push come to shove, I can still do this by myself. It may take away from some things, but, the next month will be better. And this, so it's not like, oh, they already wasn't giving it to me, or already told me I made too much, so it wasn't, versus like, I've been living off this for like 100 years and just barely making my bill money. And, if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't be able to feed my kids type stuff. I mean, we got to do what we got to do, especially when we, got a lot of kids too, because, heck, who knew, things just happen in life, and, it's unfortunate, but, just a little, relationships don't work out in this, generation of people, apparently, as much as they should, and so, we end up having a lot of single-family homes, but, by the grace of God, a lot of us are able to co-parent, so we're going to thank God for that. But a lot of us, like I said, education plays a big part too, because like we would have so many professional jobs filled if there were more educated people for those things, and a lot of those things are simply technology, science, and law. That's it. Period. Automotives, mechanic work, stuff like that. Handiwork, plumber, electrician. Seriously, those things are we need that more than anything. I don't care if you're a goddamn actor or rapper. Can you fix a toilet? Can you plunge me, please? Okay.
Hey,
Can you? My lights is flickering. Can you come connect my wires? Okay. Seriously, it's cold outside. Do you got a big truck? Is you the trash man? Can you come door to door and pick up all the trash around? Yes, baby.
You got a bunch of clean today.
You did.
I love clean.
I know, baby. I love it too. You are so warm too, honey. Oh my gosh, we're just so cuddly. We should have got some hot chocolate.
We do have them.
Oh, we do? We got the cappuccino too?
Nope.
I think we do the pumpkin spice.
Yeah, I think we do.
But, like I tell everybody, I refuse to let my kids suffer me. Don't get me wrong, things happen in this life, We all have a good month and we all have a bad month. No month is bad. I don't want to call it bad. Just say slower than others, Because, what is $4,000 a month? I mean, it's something. But whenever you live nice, what is $4,000 a month? That's literally your house bills. That's not your food. That's not the gas. That's not the, sometimes that's just the mortgage or the rent. But, in most cases, it's the, the mortgage or the rent and the car note and the insurances. But still, just that. And maybe the light bill added in the phone bill. But still, just that. You mean to tell me no clothes, no food, no gas, no, just everything you doing, that's just the bills. That's just for you to drive. And hell, not even drive if you don't have the gas. But it's just for you to have a car in the house. And like I said, that might not even include the light bill and the phone bill. It might not even include the car. That might just be the house, therefore. But if you're smart, you know what kind of world we live in, regardless of your income, you're going to be like, look, I'm going to be smart. So therefore, going to cover some things, because you can get you a nice place for the twos. Or even for the ones, you go, just say for the thousand and some change. Especially in the South, you get you a nice place now. You can get you a nice place. You might be able to get more rooms for that 1,000 in the hood, but, and it might not be that many rooms if you come to a nicer area, but at least you're in that nicer area. And if you from the country or from a big family or whatever, you know how to make that space work. Because I heard if you move up north, or you from up north, people used to that. They're used to the small space anyway. They make it work for their big families. If you from the country, you already know how that work. You got more land than you got house. We know how to make it do what it do. But it just start with that one thing. And that one thing, you could turn into something even more extravagant than that, We all have setbacks and stuff. Seriously, I don't care how close you is to fame, stardom, millions, got them. Seriously, because we all go through something mentally, especially if you have like a spiritual awakening or something like that, You have to recoup and relearn, And then outside of just having a spiritual awakening, just sitting with yourself and saying, but still, I'm a good person. I know, I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to do me. I tell everybody, I literally only changed one thing in my life and one thing only. Well, I would say a couple things. And it all revived. I don't drink anymore, which I never been a heavy drinker, but I always worked in the restaurant, club type scene. So I consumed alcohol pretty often. I don't know, crazy drunk fighting, acting crazy stuff, but I did, And then, And even just to, like literally, even just to say, okay, I have a weed man, or okay, I'm gonna go into music, and Chantel Lachey, you or media in general, and you have to. Well, I didn't decide to get into media until after music. It was more so just music first, but I mean, just in general, the field in general, just saying, hey, I've got to do this, and you're going to have to work with all kinds of people. So let's just start with the music. And, you'll just pick a type of music for each of your, races of things. But start off, black, but, soulful at first, because that's your thing. But when you get on the instrumentals, support your, where you come from, what you like to dance to and things like that, type vibes. And, just be mindful of your picks to your best ability. But, not really doing no research or nothing like that. We won't get into all that, but, things happen in this life. You got to, you go through things, and you have to maneuver and adjuver, I would say, every setback is just for a new level up, a new learning, a new chapter. Although some people's new learning, a new chapter can be homelessness, because that's where I guess the Lord meant for them to be. I don't know. That's where I don't know, but and anybody and everybody can be wealthy if they want to be. Of course, we live in a world that's like Illuminati, so. People can get together and just stare at you and, take all your information and just, like, not support you. I mean, it can happen like that, But, I mean, if you stop talking, what can they take, besides what you already did? In my case, I did a lot, But, I mean, hey, that's great because, I'm going to be picky with my, business anyway. I am. I don't like everybody. I just don't. And I'm not going to work with everybody. Even if I do like you, I'm just not. You're not going to be serviced by my business. I'm just not. It depends on the business, but when it comes to something personal where I have to touch you, I have to work with you, I'm just not. I'm very picky with that. I'm a very loyal person. I don't like, working with different, I don't like working with different types of people, having my hands on different types of people, just like, I like to, I'm kind of like, once I have someone I like or people that I like or something that I like to stick with it. I don't like to bounce around. You know what I mean? So I'm okay with get me a group of fans or clients or whatever, because I'll stop. And you see what I did? I'll put it at a stop. I don't care if I'm just making $100 off of it. We've all seen me do that before. I don't care if I'm making $0 off of it. I'll put it to the stop. And say, I ain't accepting no clients. It's over with, Matter of fact, I'll start taking calls for somebody else I think good, okay? And giving them the money. I don't want to deal with you right now. Because I have to breathe. I need to see what's going on. The Lord's telling me the devil is working. So I need to see what's going on in the atmosphere. Just like the Lord told me I was going to encounter a witch. And, something, was going to occur that was going to change my reality and things. And I'm like, just brushing, I mean, come on, I'm telling you, before I completely confirmed my spirituality was real, I literally used to think I was freaking out sometimes. I knew I wasn't freaking out, but at the same time, I thought, people will make you seem like you're crazy because they're like, oh, no. But then when it happened or they do it or you find out, then you're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So it opens your eyes. Then you realize how magical the Lord actually made us. Like, and some of our spiritual gifts are bigger than others. I would never, I can't never say never. It's just a certain way. Like, I just wouldn't let nobody pump me or, oh, we want to bring you on and talk about your spiritual gift. No, these are things that I would use on my own or talk about on my own or this, that, and the other. I wouldn't let nobody steer my life into the right. And, I feel like that's a lot of people's problems. They let people come in their life and steer their life the way they wanted to steer it. Who in the fuck are you?
I wouldn't. Are you out of your motherfucking mind? You better get your predator nasty ass on. I don't give a fuck who you is, how much you make. You better get your nasty faggot ass the fuck out my motherfucking face. Cause that's what the fuck you gotta do. You better get cussed the fuck out. You better get your bitch ass on and go find you a motherfucking wife or husband or some piece of shit ass cracked out ass bitch that's looking for a faggot ass fuck like you to motherfucking maneuver them where the fuck you want them to maneuver them. But you not gonna. I'm not your piece of the pie. That's what the fuck you not about to do. If I didn't come to your motherfucking company and apply, and you motherfucking gave me the job and hired me and say, yes, here we go, then that's what the fuck not. And even still, bitch, you don't run my motherfucking life. You don't run the fuck out of me. You could tell me where the fuck I'm supposed to be stationed and what the fuck job description you want me to do so I could fuck to do it. But you don't run the fuck out of me. You know what I mean? That's it. You might give me a smart look for something at work. Fine, okay, fine. Well, you know, do your thing. I might question you about it if it was disrespectful and they don't tell them, but most of the time okay, fine, we at work, it don't matter what. I'm here to get a check, not to friend you. You know, I judge people instantly. With that type of attitude, I would never give you a chance on the outside. I would never try to get to know you, give you a second chance. Not even, you've already entered my life at this workplace. You would never get to re-meet me again or get to establish anything outside of anything or I would never. I've already met you. It don't matter who was at work. I've already met you. So you don't have a chance outside of nowhere else in this life because I've already experienced who you are. You get what I'm saying? It don't matter who you pretend to be whenever you feel like you are better than somebody or you can use them or abuse them. We talking about who you are when you see a boss bitch in front of you that's actually a good person, because when you're a good person and a boss bitch, that's a hell of a drug, it's like you're an amazing person and you're a boss bitch. Okay, so this is pretty intimidating because you're not a nasty bitch like, whoever the person is saying this. And then on top of that, you're a boss bitch. So like but at the same time, I feel like I can kind of get over you and I probably can because but this is the thing. I'm not one of those kind. Like, I talk. You know what I mean? So that's what confuses them. They're like, no, wait a minute. You're supposed to be a sorry-ass, lame-ass, nerd like, no, bitch. No, I'm not that kind of nerd. I pop my booty. I like to cook. I like to run my mouth. I cuss. I'm just a good person. If you want to call it a nerd, fine. Okay, the opposite of a nerd is what? A child molester? A robber? A snouted ass piece of shit. I hate myself place. I mean, if we want to be honest, you know what I mean? So, everybody's absolutely amazing, beautiful, and choose God. Like I tell everybody, I'm not going to let my kid, I don't know if I said this already, but I'm not going to let my kids suffer because I decided not to go to college. Well, I did go to college at a young age. It wasn't accredited and all this stuff that I went through so much for education at first. The devil wanted me to be a crap bitch so bad. He wanted me to be a gang-banging, selling drugs, sell my ass all my life. Well, you know what? Hey, ladies, look. Let's get out the sell the ass part because I'm going to tell you right now, y'all better not be giving that ass up free. I'm just saying it's natural. It's human. We're going to want to do the intercourse thing. And I'm saying, he better be able to do something, take care of you, something, baby. Because look, what? No. What do you mean? I don't care what nobody say about that. Oh, that's prostitution. What? When it comes to that, I have nothing. I'm not going to argue with nobody about that. That you feel how you want to feel. That's why you struggling and you still letting somebody dick you the fuck down. And I'm not going to, no. Okay? So, anyways, we all make mistakes. Like, oh, okay, I'm going to give you some money. Okay, you get it. Okay, boom, he don't give you the money after. Okay. You know not to do it again. Okay, it might happen another way in different style. Okay, boom, you learned all the tricks. You're a pro now. You see how they do. So now boom. Oh, I just want to see you. Okay, well, if you want to see me, okay, I don't mind chilling too, but we ain't going to no house sitting on the TV. That's sex material. No, we go out to dinner or something. Okay, fine. You ain't got to pay me to go out there. I want to go out to eat anyway. Let's go. You want to go to the movie? No, that's too intimate. You can rub on my leg, my hand, my digging my shirt. You can finger me, something like that in the movie. No, that's too intimate. What? Let's go ride race cars together. What's those things? Bumper cars. Go play laser tag. Something that's not too intimate, that's fun, that's Bonding. Okay, yeah. You know, you ain't got to pay for nothing like that. Okay, fine. I mean, you can pay for the date, but you know what I mean? Yeah, come on. But you want to cuddle up and you want to paint. Like, what? What? But no, seriously, guys, you know, love yourself, ladies. Love yourselves, gentlemen. Seriously, you got the swinger. You got the baseball bat, man. Come on. Love yourself. You're the guys. You know what I mean? Like I said, people can say all you want. I be hearing people talking about, oh, they the maid, she the maid, this, that, and the other. That's fine. I be hearing people talking about clean ladies and stuff. Guess what? Her bills is paid. My bills is paid. Oh, the driver, his bills is paid. My bills is paid. So what? Like, I mean, what? Does that mean they're not a good person? For you to even say something like that, that tells us you're on the trafficking team. You're so jealous. You're so nasty. You would goddamn do somebody's fucking kid and goddamn put them in a... You just nasty. You know? And what y'all need to realize is you need to have your opinions about stuff. And when you hear people say this, stuff like that in fame and things like that, especially if you say something like this, and they put that out there that that type of person, that's just so you can say something to them. They won't smoke. They nasty as fuck. They won't smoke. So you got to just know to have your opinion and keep it moving. You know, you ain't got to ask no question, no, you know, whatever. Just like, oh, I mean, it's all right for them to be nasty as fuck. I mean, in your realm, it's nasty as fuck. It is what it is. And, you know, it's okay for you to have higher standards. And that's why the fuck you don't match with them. And, you know, people be trying to mad you don't match with them. Like, be trying to make you match with them. Like, oh, you be like, you better. No. Okay, if this is better to you, get your low vibrating ass back over there. Wherever the fuck you belong to. We don't belong with each other. Fine. Get in this shit and fucking get the fuck back. You feel nasty. I just said it. Or I'm getting on your motherfucking nerves. I'm always complaining about something. Because I want shit fucking clean. Fucking organized. Goddamn fair. And acceptable for all. But you want to be fucking greedy and nasty as fuck. Fine. And, you know, fine. You one of them take all the credit ass, lazy ass people that ain't do shit. But sit there and put the outfit on and smile. But yeah, keep being amazing parents, you know. We can't let our, you know, kids suffer, you know, because we didn't, you know, go to college or anything like that. Or, oh, you know, oh, I want to be fame and I want to be dumb as fuck and be in a gang. So I want to, you know, join this lifestyle and tell my kids we from the streets and this and that. Like, what? No, guys.
Mama.
Yes, baby.
I was trying to spell he.
Yeah?
I was trying to spell he.
Yes, sir.
Then the autocorrect spelled this. Jesus.
You so country. You don't even know what that man just said. Yeah, I bet y'all like, what did he just say? He said autocorrect spelled this, but it's like autocorrect. He country, just super country. How country you is, young man?
I'm a country, you're country.
No, you country. You country son. Everybody stay blessed. Have a beautiful day. I hope y'all enjoyed my video today. Ciao for now. Okay, ciao for now. Yeah, but my kids say they want to go to China, they going to China. They say they want to go to Canada, they going to Canada. They want to go to New York, they going to New York. They say they want to go to the mountains, they going to the mountains. They say they want to go to the beach, they going to the goddamn beach. They know we ain't no billionaires, so don't be asking for no goddamn skyscrapers and shit. But one day, if the Lord, you know, say it's in the plan, it's in the plan. But I'm just saying, hey, ask for it, though. You can ask for it, though. You never know what the Lord say, so it could be in the back of my head. But these kids know they can ask for whatever they want, you know. And I'd rather put a bill back. I'd rather, you know, invest and start slow than to not have and not allow my kids to enjoy their childhood because I decided to have kids early and space them out and, you know, whatever. They still have to be kids and enjoy their childhood.
The one.
Okay? That don't mean I can't teach them to live nice. That don't mean I can't teach them to live nice. Teach them to live clean. Teach them to have manners, respect, speak up for themselves. That don't mean let me see, babe. Yeah. All right. Wow. Yay, you're amazing. Yeah.
I kind of like.
Yeah, but. Yeah, and
What is light pop?
Guys, only gangbangers are obligated to stay silent. You don't have to stay silent. Of course, we all will talk and say what we want to say when we want to say it. You don't owe anybody your words or your lyrics. You don't. You really don't. I don't care if it's me wanting an answer from somebody or whatever. If it ain't your parent that's raising you, the fuck, or your husband or wife you married to, even if you goddamn decide, whatever. I look at it like this: you don't answer to your husband or wife, you don't want them no more. So,
More candy?
Yes, you got a lot of candy. Can I show y'all something real quick? Hold on. Because I'm right here. My baby done wasted stuff all in my bed. But look at this. My baby, I got my kids those, what is it called, baby?
The
Home Depot. Home Depot bucket.
I like calling them the real big bucket.
Yeah, it's a big bucket. Kind of looks small from here. But this is the Home Depot bucket. Just like the big paint buckets they sell in the stuff. But it's the candy. It's for the candy for the Halloween. So, yeah. All my kids got one. They filled it up to the top. They got it going on. But, yeah.
Then he jumped.
Hey!
Then he jumped.
Let me see.
Started punching you.
Stop.
He started punching you.
Let me do you, baby.
Left
Let
and
me
right.
do you. You handsome.
Bob, he wasn't on max level.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm on.
Well, let me end this video real quick. Everybody have a beautiful day.
Yeah, have a good day.
Absolutely amazing. Happy belated Halloween. I hope you enjoy your candy day. Careful. Get his legs. We'll talk to you guys next time. Blessings, child.